Questions and answers. So Peter and the other disciple started for the tomb. Both were running, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He bent over and looked in at the strips of linen lying there but did not go in. Then Simon Peter came along behind him and went straight into the tomb. He saw the strips of linen lying there, as well as the cloth that had been wrapped around Jesus' head. The cloth was still lying in its place, separate from the linen. Finally, the other disciple, who had reached the tomb first, also went inside. He saw and believed. They still did not understand from Scripture that Jesus had to rise from the dead. Then the disciples went back to where they were staying. Peter and John had to see the empty tomb for themselves. And what they saw, or didn't see, must have shocked them to the core: an empty tomb. Nobody. No Jesus. Verse 9 tells us that they still haven't gotten it yet. But they would. In the meantime, what were they thinking and what questions did they ask as they made their way back home? Was it all starting to gel for them now? I've said this many times before, and many people much wiser than I have stated that asking questions about God's mysteries is as important as the answers. Why? Because if we knew everything about God, including His mysteries and intricacies, then we could make the argument that we're on par with God, and I'm sure we don't want to go there. Asking the questions helps us rely on God more than answers ever could.